Jamal Niaz here with Paulie Malignaggi. Very surprised to see you here. I didn't know you was coming back to Manchester. It's been a long time since I've seen you in this city. What brought you over? Was it this amazing main event that we've got here?
Yeah. You know, when the big ones come in, you know, the big fish come in the fight. You know, they bring me in sometimes. So I'm happy to be back and I'll be ringside for this big fight on Sky Sports box office. Eubank and Smith was a big deal the first time, and then I think it became a bigger deal after the surprise result. So I think the rematch becomes all that much bigger because of it.
What do you make of how both guys have looked in the build-up? Do you think Liam is in Chris's head? Do you think Chris psychologically is very different in this one? He's not doing as much trash talking, is he?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I mean, Liam is a guy who is a veteran of the sport. I tell you what, he has some very, very intelligent trash talking today. I think, you know what, he said a lot of things that would make anybody think, you know, and he did a good job today. But you know what, Chris also has to bank on himself. He's got a new team, different reasons to be confident. I think for Chris's part, I mean, he was winning the fight until he got stopped. I mean, that's a lot to take into the second fight. I mean, that shows that maybe he doesn't have to make so many adjustments because what he was doing was working. And it shows that Liam probably has to make the adjustments because he was losing and then he just caught Chris. So, you know, there's adjustments to be made on both parts. I think Chris has to make the mental adjustments, but Liam is probably the one that has to make the physical adjustments.
Would you say Liam's favorite again this time?
I mean, I guess Liam's going to be favored coming in with all the momentum, but if you look under the microscope, dude, Chris was winning pretty easily the first time around, you know, and he got caught, you know. So it's like, are we favoring Liam because he's just going to catch Chris again after being behind? I mean, or is Liam going to actually make different adjustments to not put himself in that situation again? Because if you put yourself in a situation where you're losing and you try to come back and win with a big shot, you're trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Nobody really plans to catch lightning in a bottle. It kind of just happens. So I think, you know, both guys have a reason to be confident going in, but I like the way Liam was talking today.
Just in terms of general boxing talk, Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou, that's a huge crossover fight. What do you make of that, boxing and MMA colliding?
You know what? I think it's unfortunate that the MMA guys, they have to work for a pig like Dana White who doesn't pay them enough money and anywhere near what they deserve. So they have to come over to boxing and become punching bags for the boxers. We've seen that time and again. But you know what? Thanks to a fan base that is the most moronic in pro sports, which is the MMA fan base, it sells. It'll sell. And so those guys will watch an MMA guy play a chess tournament. Those guys will watch. Those guys are so stupid that as long as an MMA guy's involved, they'll do it. What's up? So for Fury and Ngannou is not really a fight that's going to interest the boxing fans because of that. For the reason that because of that fight, we're not getting Tyson Fury and Usyk, which the boxing fans know is a better fight, want as the better fight, and should be getting to see as a better fight. But because so many of these idiots exist in the MMA fight community, it makes a fight between an MMA crossover star coming to boxing and becoming a punching bag for a boxer huge. And because there's more of them, because, you know, that sport is bigger, you know? And because there's more of them, you know, the boxer's like, dude, I mean, of course I'm going to make this guy my punching bag for more money. Usyk is a complicated fight, and Ngannou is not, you know? Only thing is, I'm happy for the fighters. You know, Ngannou had to work for a pig like Dana White and had to get nowhere near what he was worth. So it's nice to see him get his value in this fight. But ultimately, it sucks that he's got to be, you know, become Fury's punching bag for it. I
know that you're like purely a boxing guy, but just in terms of spectacle, like boxing and MMA worlds coming together, there are a lot of people that are fans of both, and it is cool. You got to respect it from that sense. That it's two sports, the biggest stars in both sports come together. Francis Ngannou is one of the biggest stars in MMA, purely based for his knockout power, maybe not for his personality, but worlds colliding. Like I've seen you've been tweeting about Sugar Sean and Gervonta Davis. That could potentially happen at some point, definitely not immediately, since Sean O'Malley's won the world title. But those don't interest you one bit, no?
Well, not if they're getting in the way of fights in boxing that should happen, and this one is obviously getting in the way of a fight in boxing that should happen. I mean, Fury versus Usyk might be the fight in boxing that everybody wants to see the most right now, you know? So the fact that it's not happening because Fury had the option to turn an MMA guy into his personal punching bag, I mean, I don't care what worlds collide. It's a world full of idiots with a subpar IQ colliding with the boxing fans who know the sport already. You know, and if there's fans that are fans of both both sports, boxing and MMA. If you're really a fan of both sports, you know how ridiculous that fight is, and you're more pissed off that you didn't get the proper fight, which was Fury versus Usyk. Because if you're a fan of both sports, you also would rather watch Fury versus Usyk than you'd rather watch Tyson Fury versus Ngannou. So, I mean, I'm happy both guys can get paid. I'm always happy when fighters can make money, but really, it's a degenerate fight.
Just speaking about MMA, I know like we go back years now. The Conor McGregor thing is always going to get talked about until something is resolved in that, and he's been appearing at boxing shows and he's always made it known that eventually he wants to have a boxing match. From your end, is that unresolved, and what are your thoughts on him just as a guy and where he's at in life at the moment?
I think it's resolved. I mean, he knows what happened. I mean, it's resolved in that, we never saw a video, so it's resolved. I mean, I think at this point, after 6 years, if you didn't see the video, if you only watched the 5 seconds, which is all that exists still to this day, just 5 seconds at different angles of the same punches and different angles of the same highlight, it's resolved pretty much. I mean, I think at this point, anybody with logic and common sense understands what happened there. And if they don't, well, it's on them. I mean, it's resolved, though. If somebody who's in denial, you can only convince them of so much. They're in denial. They're going to believe what they want to believe instead of believing what the truth is. So it's fine, but it's nice to see Conor at the boxing events. He's sort of making his way down the ladder. He started by being a punching bag in MMA. Now he became a punching bag for world-class boxers, and now he's working his way down to being a punching bag for YouTubers. So it's nice of him to find his niche somewhere along the line, but he's always a consistent punching bag, and bless him for that.
Appreciate your time, Paulie. I hope you enjoy Manchester and Saturday night. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Thanks, man.